Good to start. Indira?
I'm audible and visible.
Yeah, you are.
Can I start, sir?
Sure.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, one and all. Welcome to the Toastmasters for Hyderabad Entrepreneurs. Meeting number 49. I'm your surgeon at home for today's meeting, and my name is Indira. I will start the meeting by stating with the mission of our club. Mission of our club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. The values of Toastmasters program are respect, integrity, service, and excellence. Let us exhibit our commitment to this by taking by Toastmasters promise. All Toastmasters in the virtual room, please raise your hand and keep it on the heart and say I do. When I complete reading the promise, as member of Toastmasters internal and my Toastmaster club, I promise to attend club meetings regularly, to prepare all of my projects to the best of my ability, basing them on the Toastmasters education program, to prepare for and fulfill meeting assessments, to provide fellow members with helpful, constructive evaluation, to help the club maintain the positive, friendly environment necessary for all members to learn and grow, to serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so, to treat my fellow club members and our guests with respect and courtesy, to bring guests to club meetings so they can see the benefits Toastmasters members offer, to adhere to the guidelines and rules for all Toastmasters educational and recognition programs, to act within Toastmasters core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of all Toastmasters activities I do.
I do.
I do.
Thank you so much all. Let me explain some basic rules of this meeting. Please turn on all noise-making devices into silent mode. Please clap whenever the control is transferred. You can use virtual option to do so. Please check for your audio and video connection before speaking. Please stay muted if you are not on any roll which may distract the speaker. If you face any technical glitch, contact Zoom Master. Please refrain from speaking on sex, politics, and religion in any derogatory manner. Please keep your audio and throughout the meeting. Everyone present in the meeting will have to follow these rules. We welcome all the guests today and shall ensure you enjoy today's meeting. I would like to invite President Toastmasters Kalpana.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Indira, Sergeant at Arms, for today to open the meeting with full of energy. Once again, I welcome you all as the presiding officer. Since we don't have any, we have a guest, Shweta. For the benefit of non-Toastmasters, let me explain. The Toastmasters is a non-profit organization which helps us to develop communication and leadership skills. There are 140 nations where Toastmaster organization has different clubs, around 1600 plus clubs, and we are having 3 lakhs plus members who are getting benefited from various platforms to improve their communication and leadership skills. And I am one of them who got the benefits and fruits of Toastmasters program. With this, I would like to call upon stage our area director, Toastmaster Prithvi, to address the club before I go to the guest. Toastmaster Prithvi.
Hi Kalpana, thank you very much. Hello everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. Sorry with my hair. So I hope the club is going well, and I know today we have an elections as well. So as of today, I can proudly say that the club is doing very well under the leadership of Kalpana and the entire EC. I must thank them for taking the baton very well till this time. Thank you so much, EC.
Thank you, Prithvi. May I request Shweta to let us know how she got to know about this club and What, Shweta? Okay. I acknowledge the presence of our visiting Toastmasters, Namita, Tosin, and Giri. Thank you so much for joining us. And I hope you will have a lot of fun and learning segment today. With this, I would like to pass on the control to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Raghu. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Madam President. Life is all about choices. The choices that we make define us. When it comes to leadership, the quote I like most is a leader is the one who shows the way. Not only shows the way, he also travels along with you on the way. There's an African proverb which says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go very long, and you want to travel very long, that is when you have to travel together. The leadership roles is the one that signifies this. It teaches you how you can become a better person to deal with persons. Today, on the eve of club elections, I want to tell each and every person that two dimensions of seeing this, of leadership roles. Why and what is in it for me? Let me tell my personal story. When I say I'm a lot of procrastination, I really mean that. Any and every time somebody asks me to do something, I'm the one I will say, I'll do it. That's time. There's a doha in Hindi which says, Aaj kare so kal kare se parso, parso kare se parso. So I just keep procrastinating day by day, and then 2 days, 3 days, until somebody doesn't pressurize me. Of course, not in office, otherwise I would be kicked out of there. But then, when I came to leadership roles in Toastmasters, it helped me to organize things, to plan well, to see the other side of leadership, especially the people management. Though I've seen it, but here I felt better way of seeing things, of dealing with different kinds of people, different kinds of mindsets. It also helped me to organize things better, to plan whether it is club meetings, the way that I talk to people, the way that I deal with people, the way that I have to face different kinds of mindset, positive or negative. But then at the same time, to be on a neutral stand, that I don't take anybody's side, because that's the way the leader has to be. I've learned a lot in different roles. Now on my journey as a district leader in District 18, I'm also learning more there, seeing a very different perspective. I hope each and everyone takes a role, try to take a role. It is not just about speeches. Toastmasters is also about leadership. That's why the slogan says, where leaders are made. When it says leaders are made, it really means that, because dealing with so many aspects of club meetings, aspects of managing members, including even managing their accounts, when you take the money and maintain for the club, etc. It all is a leadership role. The way that you deal with writing minutes, everything is a learning that you can take back to your personal or professional life. For example, when you write the minutes properly for a club, you are learning how to structure your English better, structure minutes better, and pinpointing things better. It will help you in writing your speech better, and also the time that you will have to write the minutes for your client meetings or normal meetings in your office. It will also help you there. When it comes to the role as the treasurer, it will help you making the best out of the money, even in your personal life. As a VP education, every meeting is a project. It will make you prepared for the agile environment in your office. As BP membership. It's more like dealing with people. The HR activity that is done in your office or any company, you are already facing the people here. It will help you prepare for those roles in a leadership role where you need to convince people there. Also, if you are client facing or if you're dealing in sales, etc., this is the role that will help you more. When it comes to sergeant at arms, the person who is responsible for the entire meeting to be in order, you are being very attentive or learning to being attentive, and also the person as a person to start and end the meeting, you always get at least 2 to 3 minutes in each meeting. So you're breaking the ice. Even before going and giving speeches, you're breaking the ice here. Now, as a president, you are managing the leaders in the club. One thing as a leader is not to interfere, not to do the micromanagement. That thing you will learn here. I hope you all will try to convince yourself or try to plan your role for today's elections. With that note, let's start the meeting. Any Toastmaster meeting has 3 parts. Today we do also have, but we have a 4th part, that is elections. First part is our prepared speeches. Second is our table topics, and third is meeting evaluations. So let me introduce the role players today. First role player, the timer of the day. Timer Saurabh, can you please explain your role?
Sure, Toastmaster Raghu. Hello, everyone. My name is Saurav Agrawal. I'm the timer for today. So as a timer, I'll be noting down the timing of prepared speeches and table topic speeches. And so prepared speeches is for 5 to 7 minutes. At the end of 5 minutes, I'll be showing the green flag. At the end of 6 minutes, yellow flag. And at the end of 7 minutes, a red flag. For the table topic, it would go like this: 1.5 minutes, and 2 minutes, green, yellow, and red card respectively. And at the end of the meeting, when called upon, I'll be presenting my report to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Saurabh. Let me call the R counter of the day, Toastmaster Amit. Can you please explain your role today?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Good evening, Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster and dear guests. I'll be the R counter of today's meeting. My role as the R counter is to count the unnecessary sound or repetitive word that we use while delivering our speech. For example, I mean, these all I will be counting during this meeting. These are the filler words that affect the effectiveness of a speech. I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase, such as I, or this means. At the end of the meeting, when called upon, I will present my report with the number of times that each speaker used these words. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Amit. Let me call the Wordmaster Grammarian of the day, Manasa. Manasa, can you please explain your role?
Yeah. Good evening, all. Today, I'm going to be a grammarian. So it is my responsibility to actually listen to all the speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. So I'll also take off any improper language as well as as any outstanding words, keywords, saying or thoughts. So as a grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day and the idiom of the day. So here goes the idiom of the day. It is rake someone over the coals. The meaning of it is to scold someone for his or her mistakes. Example of it is the boss ranked his employees over the coals for the silly mistakes in the code. So word of the day is grandiose. Meaning of it is bigger or more complicated than necessary. So example of it is don't be discouraged when your grandiose plans fail on the first attempt. So each speaker is actually encouraged to use the word of the day and the idiom of the day. So I'll give the grammarian's report at the end of the meeting when called upon. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Manasa. Can you also please paste the word of the day, idiom of the day in the chat?
Sure.
You have seen 3 dimensions of evaluations here. One is the time, how you are able to manage time. Second is R counter, how you are able to keep your speeches clear. Third is the language part. So we'll know more when it's the time for evaluation section. Right now, it's time for prepared speeches. Our first and only speaker for today is Toastmaster Kalpana. Our speech evaluator is Toastmaster Shiva Indraganti. Shiva, can you please give speech objectives for Kalpana?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, DTM Raghu. Good evening, everyone. Today, my target speaker is attempting her first speech in the DTM project. The purpose of this project is for the member to demonstrate his or her skills as a leader and a public speaker. The purpose of this first speech is for the member to introduce his or plan and vision. Timer, please note that length of the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best. Toastmaster Kalpana, over to TMOD.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Shiva. For attending DTM, this is one of the requirements. You need to complete capstone DTM project. Today, Kalpana is attempting her first speech. So Kalpana, can you quickly check your audio and video and confirm that you're able to see the timer?
Check. Am I audible?
You're audible and visible. Saurabh, can you just scroll your timer cards? Thank you very much. Toastmaster Kalpana, Sanskriti, and inheritance for tomorrow. Sanskriti and inheritance for tomorrow, Toastmaster Kalpana.
I always believe that today's children are leaders or future of any nation for tomorrow. Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guests. In the year 2020, I was teaching Telugu to my nephew who was in US. While teaching him how to speak in Telugu, he asked me a question. Atta, which means auntie, why God has given us something in the fate, but still he says that if you're doing this, you will get punishment. And also he added, why do we have so many gods? Can't we have one or two? It's very difficult. Amma always says that today we have to pray to Vishnu, tomorrow we have to pray to Lord, and some other day we have to go to some other temple. It would be easy if I had one or two. Why we have so many? That day, I felt that I always have to give back to the society, and whatever knowledge I have within me have to pass to the next generation, whoever around me, in terms of knowledge. I was waiting for the platform, and initially I took my dance students as a sample set where I taught them all the things which I knew from my parents and grandparents and started to give them. Let it be the terms of what we are doing in respect to culture. Let it be the terms of how we will have to host some guest at home, or let it be a festival that we have to do with complete traditional values. But I could not reach to many people. When I got to know that I have to do a DTM project that is designed by me alone, then I have decided that I will ensure that I'm using this platform to spread to wider audience and give it back to the society in better format. I quickly prepared a plan with project name as Sanskriti. My targets were two things. One, to ensure that all the people in and around my society will get to learn the Sanskriti of our culture. And two, at end of my 5 weeks of program, everybody will be able to speak for 2 to 5 minutes without any filler words and impactfully for their respective audience. For this, I have requested my mentor, Toastmaster Raghu, to be the mentor and guiding committee. I have also paired up with Toastmaster Niyamat, who is an enthusiastic Toastmaster who always comes up with fresh ideas to reach out to kids and more eager to teach them something. I have decided that we will have this program only between the age of 10 to 15 years children, especially from different regions, so that they will get to learn more about what today is. I will ensure we are preparing a 5 weeks of plan where 1.5 hours of every week we will have a prescribed program. Half of my time will be spending on teaching the cultural values, how we are supposed to dress as per our locality, religion and region. Especially I will focus on our art forms and also on the way we have to greet and talk to our elders and everyone. Because I somewhere feel that we are in the virtual world and computer kids are more easy to say hi, hello than to say namaste. Thank God to COVID, it taught all of us to say namaste and in a better way for everyone. And next will be, I observed that most of the children, when they ask about what is your name and what do you like, they can't even put a small word saying that I like Kit Kat chocolate or I like Cadbury chocolate. So I thought that I will ensure that through stories, through comfort of people around them, through different examples, I'll teach them how to speak about what they are supposed to say. I'll ensure that if the audience are home and family relatives, how their speech should be so that the audience are fine. If they are speaking in front of their teachers, how the speech should be so that teachers get enough information and respect details. And I will also ensure that all the friends, when they are talking in front of friends, they are aware that they can be free and the language can be little more comfortable than what we have when compared to teachers and relatives. This is my overall ideology of 5 weeks program called Sanskriti. I hope I will be able to adapt these things and bring in change to the society in a positive manner, and will be able to spread all that I know for the next generation who would be better leaders for all of us tomorrow. Sanskriti, and an inheritance for tomorrow. Thank you. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Kalpana, for initiating a program for creating future leaders. Now it's time for the second section of the meeting, which is fun. And also for many people, it's just like a hard throb. Let's see what our table topic master, the champion, the person who is one, he knows a lot, but thing is, he's always down to earth, and you would always love to talk to him. Toastmaster Abdul Rahman. I love his speeches. I love the way that he comes up with innovative ideas, and you just have to give simple things. And being a mentor for him is a proud moment, always to look at his speeches. Toastmaster Abdul, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, DTM Raghu, for the generous introduction. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, a very good evening to you all, and a very good morning and good afternoon. We are now going to start one of the most exciting and entertaining and challenging segment of the educational session called the Table Topics. The objective of this segment is to encourage members and guests to develop their impromptu speaking skills to effectively think on their feet by speaking on unrehearsed subjects. Table Topics segment is specifically designed to develop 4 essential communication skills. Number 1, listening. Number 2, proper thinking. Number 3, organizing your thoughts, and then speaking up. As a Table Topics master, I'll be asking questions related to the theme of today. I also encourage you to use the word of the day, grandiose. Also, kindly use idiom of the day, rake someone over the coals. The timing criteria will be 1 minute and a maximum of 2 minutes and 30 seconds. You'll see a green signal at 1 minute, a yellow signal at 1:30, and a red signal at 2 minutes. Okay, now let's get on to our table topic questions. I would first like to invite my timer, Toastmaster Saurabh. Toastmaster Saurabh, is leadership an action or is it a position? Leadership is action or a position? Your take on this, please.
Sure. Thank you, table topic master Abdul sir. I believe leadership is a mix of action and position, because as the saying goes, with great power comes great responsibility. So if you are in a great position, you have a lot of responsibility to play. And at sometimes what happen, even after demonstrating what has to be done, there are people or there are followers who don't understand and who are not able to perform that duty. So in that case, you actually have to come on the ground and you have to show them that this is how things have to be done. So to take an example, a few days back, I was working with my team and they got blocked into some issue. And even after trying one and a half day, the person was not able to resolve that issue. That's when I told him, let me give it a try. And to be surprised, I was able to resolve that issue within an hour. But I did not tell him that this is how you have to fix it. I told him that I know how it has to be done. I gave him some pointers that try this, try that. And after 3-4 hours of trying out, he was able to actually resolve that issue with some pointer and help given to him. So I believe just by showing your power, just by showing rudeness, you cannot be a true leader. You have to celebrate when something grandiose happen, and you have to help, and you have to take the responsibility if some failure happens. So that's my opinion. Thank you.
Wonderful. Now, I would like to invite a guest. Is guest Shweta available?
Yes, yes.
Guest Shweta, who do you consider the leader of your family and why? Who do you consider the leader of your family and why?
Yeah, shall I start?
Yes, please.
A very good evening, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and the guests. Who is the leader of my family? If someone asks this question without any further doubt, I will tell my mother is the leader of my family, because I feel personally earning money is not the only thing. The only thing we should consider that we need to teach our children is the ethics and values, which will be given by a mother. As I am a girl, not a boy, because my mother also have an additional responsibility to teach me how to behave, how to do things, how to value people and all. A girl child is a big responsibility. And why I call my mother a leader means she was successful in doing every single aspect. Though she is a working woman, she perfectly managed home and work. And she made us in what we are now. All these credits go to her. Even my father also appreciated. And the leadership, basic leadership qualities are we need to do with our actions and we need to show them. I still remember in our home, basically I'm from Andhra Pradesh, a Telugu girl, but in our home, we used to speak in English only, because First, my mother used to speak in English and ask us to talk with her in English so that we can learn. So all my childhood, I spoke in English only. In school, it is English. At home, it is English. Everywhere, it is English, English. That's why, because of her, I am here today. And thanks to my mom for everything she taught me. Thank you.
Excellent visiting Toastmaster Shweta. May I now request Toastmaster Tosin to take a question?
Hello.
Hi, Toastmaster Tosin.
Toastmaster Abdul.
Hi. A question for you. True leaders don't create followers. They create more leaders. I repeat the question. True leaders don't create followers. They create more leaders. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Abdul. True leaders don't create followers. They create more leaders. Over the course of last week, I had the pleasure of attending a Toastmasters meeting where the theme was self-leadership. And basically the concept of self-leadership is you focus on yourself rather than others. And by the time you focus on improving yourself, growing and developing as a person, you automatically begin to lead people. It's not a matter of your position. It's just a matter of the things you do, the person you are. Other people see it, and as such, they are led to want to be like you to an extent. Now, by the time you begin to lead people effortlessly without even intending to do that, they start trying to be like you to an extent, trying to become better versions of themselves as well. And what happens is they also become leaders as a result. So I found the concept of self-leadership to be particularly interesting because these days we are bogged down about, whenever we think about leadership, we are bogged down about, oh, how can I get this person to do this? How can I get people to believe in my vision? How can I get people to do that? But the moment you focus on yourself, then without even expending any effort, people are led to become better people. And as such, they also become leaders. So yes, I do agree with you that a true leader does not create more followers. They instead create more leaders. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Tosin. May I now request one of the visiting Toastmasters, Toastmaster Namita? Would you like to take a question?
Okay.
Okay. What is the essence of being a true leader? What is the essence of being a true leader?
So hello Toastmasters and dear guests. An essence of true leader is very subjective because it depends on the kind of people you are dealing with. If you are an army, you cannot treat them like they are primary school children. Or if you're in a Toastmasters club, you cannot be like a corporate boss. So it totally depends on what should be your essence. For me, the essence would be care for the people you are leading. Make them feel comfortable whenever you speak to them. In a meeting, if you are leading, speak in the end after listening to everybody to understand their concerns and issues. Third will be to clearly communicate the goal to show them the vision, because if you keep on changing vision in your whims and fancies, even if you have a whole grandiose plan for the whole team, it will collapse. Why? Because today, if I'm saying that tomorrow you're going to be the sergeant at arms, the person was going to be a speaker, and this person is new to the club, the person will think, okay, what is happening here? Suddenly, next time I say that you be the timer, the person will be, okay, what is happening here? If I show the person that, okay, this is what Toastmasters is, this is what Pathway is, this is what we do in Toastmasters, and this is what timer does, you have to use these timer cards like Toastmaster Saurabh is doing. And if you're an SSA, you have to tell the ground rules and the mission of Toastmasters Club. So yeah, all the three things, that is take care of your team members and be polite, show them a vision, and don't change your mood according to your wishes. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Namita. Wonderfully put across your points. May I now request a Toastmaster Giri, a senior Toastmaster, Toastmaster Giri Sonti.
Hi, can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a
Thank you.
question for you. A true leader does not need a title to become a better leader. Particularly today, we have the elections of our club. So, a true leader does not need a title to become a leader. Your take on this, please.
What does the word leader mean to me? The word leader for me means to do something beyond your own self. Before we go to elections, before go to any examples of anything in the world, for me, leadership is thinking beyond self. Myself, my food, my clothing, my shelter, my work, my job, my degree, my marks, my family. If I can think beyond myself, that's where leadership starts. You don't need a title. You don't need a job title. You don't need an election in Toastmasters to be a VP of membership. Anybody can be a leader even without a club role. How does that happen? When you think beyond yourself, we are here in a virtual world, but next to you would be a person sitting in the meeting. You can help the person, he or she. Hey, which speech are you doing? Do you need some ideas? Can I help you? That's where the seed starts. So you don't need to have a leadership role to do that. Yes, but leadership role helps you, guides you to be there. In anything, not just in Toastmasters, even in real life, I've had so many occasions wherein I had to just do things, help others, guide others. I was last year in India, there was a drainage overflow. I took a shovel and started cleaning it up. That thing came up in newspapers and everybody wanted me to stand up for elections there. The MLA came, the chief minister came, took my picture with me. I did not expect anything. I don't have a title. It's not that. You just think beyond yourself. I was cleaning a drainage in a city in India. Leadership doesn't need any titles. Back to you, table topic master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Giri. Wonderful, wonderful. With a personal example. May I now request Sonia to take a question? Toastmaster Sonia, are you there? Okay, can Toastmaster Shiva take a question?
Yeah, sure. Table topic master.
Yeah. Toastmaster Shiva. Does the current education system in India help produce leaders? Does the current education system in India help produce leaders?
Thank you, table topic master, for the wonderful topic. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I seriously don't agree with that statement, because today studies or schools education system comes with the ranks, marks, grades, how much you score, how much you secure, why don't you get the full. And nowadays there is no such practical things. Why we are giving a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. They don't know why they are giving square root of 2 1.414. Why? They don't know the values. They're getting this just the things, the values, what they are given X is equal to value, they're finding that. They don't know the practical things behind that. And only the study stress is also creating more pressure on the students not to think beyond the practical things or beyond the creative things. Previously, we used to have some break times or physical trainings in the school, so that helps to people to get the recreation, so that the mind refreshes and they think in the another way. If they're given the same formula, they may think what's happening. But now, today, starting from the 6th class and 5th class, they're starting with IITs, NITs, XYZ, for the medicines, JEE, all these things are happening from the lower grade level. So they are running in the competitive world, not in the creative world. So they just want to be a one manual, not like an example to others, even to their younger sisters or siblings, whoever. So I'm not agreeing with your statement. That's what my stand from my. Thank you, Table Topic Master. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shiva. Wonderfully put across, and I agree with your point of view as well. Can I go back again to Sonia, Toastmaster Sonia? Are you there?
Hello.
Hi, Sonia.
Hi. I'm so sorry for that.
Can you take a question?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Toastmaster Sonia, are you a leader or a boss? Are you a leader or a boss?
Okay. Thank you, Double Topics Master, for a tricky question. Am I a leader or a boss? Very tricky. I feel that I am situation based. So if it comes to my daughter, then yes, I'm a boss. She's not allowed to go out after, keep playing after 7 p.m. She's not allowed to eat some fruits. She's not allowed to watch mobile for a very long time, whatever may be the reason. But when it comes to other areas of corporate world or the Toastmasters, maybe, I feel that I am a leader there. I may be wrong, but based on my personal experiences of how I performed as a president during the last term, I feel that I was able to take the group with me. I was able to motivate each of them properly. I was able to, they were there they were listening to me. They were following me. Even in case if I shout at them, they were there. They were patient enough with me. Not only because I had that crown of being a president, but also because they liked the way I performed. So I guess to sum it up, inside the house, I'm boss. Outside the house, I'm a leader. Back to you.
Excellent, Toastmaster Sonia. Really, it's a good learning for us as well. Yes, being a mother, yes, you're a boss at home. Even my wife is a boss at home, even for me. Okay, we'll go for the last question. May I request my mentor, DTM to the power of 3, Toastmaster Raghu, DTM Raghu, will you be able to take a question? Or you're a TMOD today? Okay, my question is, yeah.
Toastmaster Raghu, you're on mute.
I'm sorry. Why don't you ask Amit?
Okay. All right. Toastmaster Amit, is servant leadership a true leadership? Is the leadership style servant leadership? Is it a true leadership?
Thank you, thank you, Table Topic Master Abdul. Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster and dear guests. Is servant type leadership is a true leadership? I don't agree with this statement. Like, I don't feel like being a true leader, you should work on the way like servant like leadership. The reason why I'm saying is, before we are a leader, we are a human, and we should be the one who should respect each and every one of us. So in case of servant type leadership, I feel there comes a power of you being a master, where you want to control the other person, and where you have position over the other person. So that is not the way one should do the leadership. It's more like you are you are working, and you have to encourage each and every one of your peers and everyone else around you to motivate and work harder. So, and that does not happen in a servant like leadership. So definitely I don't agree there. However, there are some areas which I feel like they're currently, like in every country we have this leadership style. But definitely one should not try this leadership style, because yeah, there we don't feel other people other we don't feel other person around us as a human, and where we don't respect each other's opinion. So yeah, that's not the way one should behave in leadership.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Amit. Wonderful. Thank you, everyone, for taking the table topic questions. Can I request the timer to please read out the names of all qualified speaker from first to last, so that everybody knows the names again?
Yeah, Toastmaster Abdul. So everyone has qualified. All the speeches were within 2 minutes, except for Giri's. He took around 2 minutes 8 seconds, but I think that is also under the limit. So
Yes.
everyone is qualified.
Excellent. Okay. Can we publish the results to vote for the best table topic speaker? Publish the poll?
Yeah, I will do that. We can proceed with the next step of meeting, and then I'll do
Okay.
that.
Thank you so much, everybody. I will now return the lecture back to the Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Abdul. Now it's time for the food for thought. Food for thought is nothing but the feedback that can help us become the better version of what we were from yesterday. And how do we become is the positive feedback. What we learn in Toastmasters is to give a constructive feedback. It doesn't mean that we'll be sweetening up and then give all sweet cookies all. It is just that we'll give proper feedback in a better way, so that the person understands it better, where and how they can improve. That will help them to become a better person. So let's start with the evaluation section of meeting. Let me invite the first evaluator, Toastmaster Shiva, to give feedback on Toastmaster Kalpana's speech. Over to you, Shiva.
Thank you, PM Modi, TTM Raghu. Good evening, everyone, once again. And special mention to my target speaker, Toastmaster Kalpana. What a wonderful speech. Yes, we need to give it back to the society on Sanskriti, what you discussed. The structure of your speech was completely hooked me to not to just move aside what you are saying. And you have explained your plan of 5.5 weeks to let the children know about what you are trying to do. And I seen a couple of things from you, whether you started, maybe I'm not completely into that, whether it was happened or not, but I'm aware of the plan which you have started for these 5.5 weeks. And the speech structure from top to the bottom, from your personal anecdote, who was out of our country, maybe nowadays all the children was like the same, not only who are staying out of the country, within the country itself, they don't know why we are doing this. As I said in the table topic thing, we have to pray this God. Yes, why we are praying this God for today. Tomorrow it changes again, but they don't know what we're doing, why doing, how we doing. You took the effort to explain them why, what, how we need to do everything in a practical manner. Everything, whatever we are studying in our colleges, schools, whatever, it was already written earlier by our ancestors, whoever we can say. If you go with a mythological thing, you have the mythological things. If you go through the science, we have in different ways. But they already experimented and they are written in the books to know to the next generations. That was the 3 points that I liked very well in your speech. I have 2 points to ask you. Number one, you can explain in detail in example. See, if you are explaining to a kid who is in a school stage, speaking with the teacher and his friends, that you can explain what he can do. As you are teaching to the couple of kids or number of kids, you know different answers from them. Then what you are expecting them to speak, how they are expecting them to speak. The same way in front of the family gatherings. For example, who are unemployed, everyone will have a question. What is the next job? What is your next plan? Some people get irritated. Some people have that passions that you can add 1 or 2, what I feel. And I missed an answer what you have given to your nephew. You explained the personal anecdote. He asked you why we are doing. Then you got a thought of about Sanskriti we need to give. But I didn't get what answer you given to your nephew. If you include these two in your speeches, and your speech length is also confined to 6, the green card, that if you added these two, it will be a better speech. That's what I feel. All the best. Thank you. Over to Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Shiva. It's time to get the meeting evaluation. Let me get our 3 heroes of the day, timer, arc counter, and grammarian, and get their report. Let's start with the timer report. Toastmaster Saurabh, can you give your timer report?
Sure. Thank you, DTM Raghu. So let me start with the prepared speeches first. We just had one prepared speech from Toastmaster Kalpana. It took around 5 minutes 30 seconds, and that is well within time. For the table topics, we had many speakers, so I'll go one by one. For me, I think I took somewhere between 130 to 2 minutes. It was a yellow card. For Toastmaster Sweta, it was exact 2 minutes. Toastmaster Tosin took around 1 minute 35 seconds. Toastmaster Namita 1 minute 51 seconds. Toastmaster Giri 2 minute 8 seconds. Shiva took around 2 minutes. Toastmaster Sonia 1 minute 26 seconds. And finally, Toastmaster Amit took 1 minute 49 seconds. When it comes to evaluation, Toastmaster Shiva, you did the evaluation in around 3 minutes 10 seconds. So that is also within limit. That's all I have from my side. DTM Raghu, over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Saurabh. Can I invite Toastmaster Amit for his arc counter report?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the DTM Raghu. Can I get screen share permission so I can share the report, share the screen and show my report?
You should be able to share now.
Thank you. Is my screen visible? Yeah.
Yes,
so
visible.
like I use this sheet to to count the number of fuller word that each speaker had used. So DTM Raghu had repeated a word once. Toastmaster Kalpana ma'am repeated a word twice in her speech. Toastmaster Shiva used 5 times a word, 1 time and 9 times he repeated a word. Toastmaster Abdul 4 times repeated a word. Toastmaster Saurabh used one time R, 4 time R. Guest Sweta had used a one time and repeated a word twice. Okay, I could not. Yeah, Toastmaster Tosin did not use a fuller word. Visiting Toastmaster Namita had used one time yeah, one time so, and one time she repeated a word. Toastmaster Giri had not used a filler word, and Toastmaster Sonia repeated a word thrice. So that's the report from my side. Thank you. Over to you, DTM Raghu.
Thank you very much, Amit. Now it's time for grammarian report. Can I invite Manasa for our grammarian report?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I do.
Yeah. One of the Toastmasters said that my mother have, which was supposed to be my mother has, and one of the Toastmasters used actually said that was the 3 points, which was supposed to be those were the 3 points, and that's it.
Thank you very much, Manasa.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's time for selecting our best GT speaker. Please vote. Congratulations, Toastmaster Tosin and Toastmaster Sonia. You both have a tie. All the best. I enjoyed my role as a Toastmaster of the day, and I hope everybody enjoyed their gala time in this meeting. Let's move to the main meeting. I want to acknowledge the presence of 4 election officers today. One is DTM Abhijit, who is going to be election chair. He's in the room. He's a club group director for District 101, and also one of the proficient speaker. You must hear his speeches there. Toastmaster Tosin, I call him my brother from another mother. He is the Zoom master for today's poll. We have Toastmaster Namita, who is the timer who will be timing if anybody is giving a pitch. We have Prithvi, who will be observing as an area director, and he will see if there are any discrepancies. He will let us and guide us today. With that, I invite DTM Abhijit Joshi as election chair for the poll. Over to you, Abhijit.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Raghu. Before we start the elections, I want to see everyone's faces. I want to see your beautiful faces. Please turn on your cameras. This is a fun time. We need to see each other because we want to connect with each other. That is the most important thing. Thank you so much for turning on your cameras. We'll go, the way we are going to run the elections is, we are going to go through one position after another. I will ask who are the nominated candidates, and then I will request for any floor candidates who would like to participate in the elections. Let's get started. We'll start with the Sergeant at Arms role.
I'm
for Sergeant at, yes.
Abhijit, we start from president here in the district.
Okay, sure. That's fine. We'll start from the president's role. Please let me know who are the nominated candidates for President R. Who wants to run for president? Abdul?
Hi.
Hi. I'm seeking nominations for president's role. It is a fun role. You know, you get a chance to really lead your group. I really enjoyed it. There are some parts how I can motivate my VP, VPM, VPPR, and get the club moving in the right direction. It's a fun role to grow into.
One question: is it the election day or just the nomination we are seeking today?
No, elections. Once
elections, right? Okay.
Yep. First, I'll seek the nominations. Then I'll see if there are more than one nominations. Then we'll go with the election.
You have one nomination, which is for Toastmaster Siva in the country as the president.
Perfect.
But you can
Siva?
seek other names from the floor.
Yes, I'm seeking for any floor candidates. Anyone? Okay. Going once, going twice, going thrice. Everyone, please raise your hands for Siva.